Nobody talks about motherhood while healing. Motherhood while healing. Nobody talks about it. Nobody talks about the fact that after I had my first daughter, I experienced postpartum depression. And for a moment, I wanted to end it all. I never told my story that pain by myself. Not because I wasn't hurting, but because deep down, I knew the God I served was bigger than the thoughts that was attacking in my mind. And can I be honest? Those thoughts scared me because I love my daughter. I wanted to be here. Nobody prepared me for what motherhood would feel like emotionally. Nobody told me about the loneliness. Nobody told me about the identity grief. Nobody told me that after becoming a mother, I would look in the mirror and recognize the woman staring back at me. Nobody told me I would spend nights crying while trying to school the baby. Nobody told me that I would question my worth, question whether I was good enough, question whether I was doing enough. And nobody talks about the thoughts that run through your head after your first child. The guilt, the pressure, the exhaustion. Trying to be a good mom while I feel like you're falling apart. Trying to show up for everybody else while you're barely holding yourself together. And while I was navigating one of the hardest seasons of my life, I started losing people. People I thought would be there. People I thought would support me. People I thought would walk alongside me. But at first, that hurt because when you're struggling, you know, it was really a sign to your life. And eventually, I realized something. If you can walk away when I need you to most, you will never. And maybe God was removing people who only knew the version of me attached to me. Because if we can't drink together anymore, we can't party together anymore, we can't trauma bond together anymore, and there's nothing left to connect, then maybe we were never truly connected. We were just bonded through wounds. Maybe we just connected through dysfunction. Maybe we're connected through survival mode. I don't want trauma bonds anymore. I want freedom. I want healing. And one of the hardest things I ever had to grieve was the family that children would have. I had a vision, a healthy two-parent household, family dinners, shared responsibilities, a home where love felt safe, a home where my children wouldn't have to choose between parents, a home where we all grew together, and then that vision died. I had to grieve it, not because I regretted my kids, never that, but because I mourned the experience I wanted for them, and that's a different kind of pain. It's painful having to show up as a mother while grieving. It's painful feeling like your child are experiencing the consequences of decisions they never made. Painful regret and failure. For a long time, I carried that guilt. I carried shame. I carried disappointment. I carried responsibilities for things that were never meant to carry. But eventually, I had to realize something. Staying in toxicity wasn't love. Leaving was, because I knew I couldn't help. I couldn't heal where I was being broken. I knew I couldn't raise healthy children while I was drowning emotionally. I knew I couldn't pour from an empty cup. And so I left. And leaving came with the price. I became responsible for everything. The emotional load, the mental load, the financial load. It put me back into survival mode. The same survival I spent years trying to escape. And then life happened. We lost everything. I became exhausted, depleted, burnt out, empty. I had poured from myself for so long that there was nothing left. And one day I realized nobody was coming to save me. Nobody was coming to rescue me. Nobody was coming to rebuild my life for me. And as painful as that realization was, it became the beginning of my comeback. Because there was one moment when I had to say to myself, Latisha, get up. Not because I felt strong, not because I had the answers, not because I wasn't tired, but because my children needed me. And honestly, I needed me too. I had to get out of my own mess. I had to stop waiting for perfect circumstances. I had to stop waiting until I felt ready. I had to stop waiting for someone else to validate my healing. I started rebuilding one day at a time, one prayer at a time, one decision at a time. Listening to me today, I want you to leave with some practical things that help me survive and heal. Because I don't just want to tell my story, I want to help you get through yours. So step number one, stop trying to be Superwoman. You don't have to carry everything. You don't have to suffer in silence. You don't have to prove your strength through struggle. Ask for help when you need it. Step number two, give yourself permission to grieve. The relationship, grieve the journey, grieve the expectations, grieve the life you have. Healing begins when honesty enters the room. Step number three, stop comparing your journey. Social media only shows highlights. Everybody is fighting battles you can't see. Focus on your healing, focus on your children, focus on what God is doing in your life. Step number four, fill your cup before you pour. You can't continuously pour from empty, whether it's prayer, worship, journaling, a walk, 10 minutes of silence, a hot shower, a good book. Do something that fuels you too. Step number 5, stop craving, stop carrying guilt God never gave you. Your children don't need perfection. They need peace. They need love. They need trust. They need a mother's healing. Step number 6, create a daily reset routine. Every morning, ask yourself, what am I grateful for today? What do I need? Everything doesn't need your attention right now. And step number 7, watch how you speak about yourself. If children are listening, if they hear you constantly criticizing yourself, they may learn to do the same. Speak life over yourself, even when it feels. Let them see growth. Let them see accountability. Let them see resilience. Let them see what getting back up looks like. Step number 9, give the little girl inside of you what she never received. Tell her you are safe. You are enough. You matter. And step number 10, lean on God before you lean on your feelings. Because there were days my feelings told me to quit. My feelings told me I couldn't make it. My feelings told up my God. And every time I choose his voice over my feelings, I survive another day. And maybe you listening today and you feel exhausted, broken, guilty, feeling like motherhood and healing are fighting for space in your life. But I want you to know something. You're not feeling because you're healing. You're not weak because you're tired. You're not broken because you're grieving. And healing while raising children may be one of the hardest things you ever have to do. But it's grieving. Healing matters. Your children are watching resilience in real time. And one day they will understand that the strongest thing you ever did wasn't staying broken. It was getting back up. And now it's God. No breaks on breaking cycles. No breaks on becoming. Like this episode with you or remind you that you're not alone. I would personally invite you to join the Wolf Garden, a community for women who are healing, rebuilding, growing spiritually, emotionally, physically, and personally. Because healing wasn't meant to happen alone. The link to join is below. Make sure you like, subscribe, share it with another mom, or leave a comment and letting us know what part touched you the most. I'm Latisha, and this is the Girl That Matter podcast. Stay tuned.